New Attitude Television Show, Inc. is a registered nonprofit organization in the U.S. Virgin Islands with a mission to provide aid and support for registered clients experiencing life challenges during a medical crisis and the recovery process. We are in the process of acquiring our 501c3 status. Our facility provides a safe and comfortable environment with a variety of activities to keep our clients stimulated and engaged. Registered clients, caregivers, family, and business owners will receive first preference from our available services at our facility. To schedule an appointment, call 340-773-6464 or 340-643-1583. Proof of COVID vaccination mandatory. Log on to newattitudetv.com for more details. Welcome to New Attitude. I'm your host, Anastasia Rivers. My co-host is on vacation. Adanski is off island, so I'm filling in by myself with my guest, my very good friend. I call him my son, Aljo.
Hi, nice to be here.
I'm so glad that Aljo made it because he's a busy man, and I moved rock and stone to have him here with us. So I really appreciate it. This is like my son, and it's a special moment to have him here, mainly because when we launched New Attitude the first time, Aljo was one of my first guests, and I think it's fitting that we just launching again to have Aljo on as my guest again. He couldn't make it because he had a gig, and I make sure we have it scheduled when he's available because he's that important to me.
Appreciate it.
I want you to tell the audience what you have been doing so far. The last time you were here, you were starting the studio in backyard, and then we move on to other things. And your special father of yours, he leave on a legacy behind. So I'm proud to see that you and your son are doing it. So tell us what you've been doing so far.
Well, actually, I gave up the studio because it was very hard for me to manage, go to work. The studio has a lot of bills with the KSB, and it's a 24-hour. Yes. So it was a really hard time after my father passed, and up to this day, I always said to myself, I don't really know how he did it. You know? So I had to get it up, and I had to find my own ways, at least for now. Hopefully, things pick up in the next years to come, and I could go back into that. I miss my own space. I usually right now I work from home, but like I said, I found a way to get it to work. When I have bigger clients with the KSB, I think we're in a new age now, so a lot of times, clients will call and just say,
and technology is even
right.
better.
Send me a track, they send me the voice, and I do it from home. So I don't actually, for that in our purpose, I don't really actually need the actual physical space. And it's nicer because you get a chance to turn it up loud. I got a chance to walk up who I want to walk up. When I'm at home, I can't do it in front of the kids. They're gonna be home laughing after me. So I miss the studio space. I used
but
to
you still get to spend time with the kids more.
Oh well, they get a chance to see me work in my elements as much as what it is I do as well, and they appreciate that, and I appreciate them too. I always tell them, I might not say anything, but I look at them tapping their fingers or tapping their feet or what the case be, and I know when I see that, I know I'm going in the right direction.
Yes. Talking about tapping, your son Kanye, I used to see when he used to be to the bowling alley, sometimes he have this, what you call that drum thing?
Drum pad.
Yeah, and he's into his wall and he's drumming on it. And I look at the class night that they had, virtual class night, and I was so proud to see him.
Yes.
He was drumming with a group, and I get goosebumps to see him. I also remember go back to your other son when I interview him and your father and Big Al, and he talked about Big Al being a legend to him. So that's to show you that the legacy is moving.
Yeah, he's still doing good. Junior is, he's just amazing. He does stuff for me. I mean, most of some of the guys, the younger people I actually play with, I will call up Junior first. I mean, I don't have to do that anymore. He's that good, you know. So he's already and that.
That's what your father used to say about you.
Exactly. So in Junior, I see exactly what my father felt about me, and I see what I feel about him. You know, my father would call me and say, "Listen, I need a rhythm for this with the case be," and that was that. I do the exact same thing now. You know, so it's really humbling to see where it is.
And it's so important. I could go back. It's so important. A father and a child life, how important it is. We wouldn't have all these crime that going around here. These young men, if the father was involved with them more, they would be busy doing something else instead of looking at other people to be their role model. Because your father was your role model. And that was it. And now you're passing it on to your children. So, and next thing is you don't have to worry about even the girls, because the way you are with your daughter.
Yeah, she sees how I deal with her mother with a case.
That's right. So she knows
very important.
Whoever man come in her life, he got to come good.
That's right.
Because she grew up seeing that positivity and the good way you treat your wife.
That's right.
And the way how you always talk about her before you all were married, you say, I ain't going nowhere, leave that. That's the best woman I ever had in my life.
It was, believe me, she's God sent. Honestly, she's God sent. I know, I've been playing music for a long time, so I have really been through a lot.
And she been very supportive all the time.
From day one.
So this is the whole thing, musician, you don't have to have 10 and 20 women out there, but you settle down and you keep the home front going. I mean,
but you still have to live though, and you still have to enjoy it, because that's part of it.
You have other kids out there. How much kids you have totally, and grandchildren?
I have 8 kids and I have 3 grands right now.
Well, you see, he didn't have to calculate in his head. He already, because he's so involved with his kids. He have, no matter which other children around, they all come around. I see them come to the bowling alley when the bowling alley was kicking. They come with the children. Your wife have the grandchildren holding. She's totally involved, and I just admire that.
You don't have to be perfect. You have to be real. You know, that's my motto. I never try to be perfect, and I know I've made mistakes. I know I've done. Like I said, it was overwhelming. It was just coming to me so fast, so you dealt with it.
Because you're a young, handsome man and all these
popular, you're playing a band with a KSD. You know, it is what it is.
And he's, also we call him Aljo and Daddy Jones in Anguilla. That's my mother bought land. That's where she was born. And my uncle over there, he know Daddy Jones. So you were popular there, coming and going. And your wife still back you up in 100%.
That's right.
And I remember sometime when you come back from your music, you would sit down by the bowling alley and fill her in and everything that was going on. I think that was so cute. Let me tell you, that is why I have you here, not because I love you as a son, but because I want to share a special moment about you as such a person, a real person, a real nice person. And also you work at the legislature, and he holding it down, have a solid job, and wasn't dependent on the backyard to keep it going, but he stayed focused. But the thing is, your father didn't have those other jobs, but before that he used to work like
he did the same parts, right?
Yeah, he did. He worked Hess, and I love your family. Your mother was my first friend in Water. Got home, was little together. And I know your father when I first moved back. And seeing him at the playground when I went with my grandchild, and how he had all the grandchildren around him, I look at him in a different light. And like I always say, I remember, when they see him, they swear they see Santa Claus. I think that was so cute.
Up to now, they still talk about him the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They still talk about him, and he brought a whole other element. But like I said, Al was just a wonderful person. Forget about everything else. He was just a real, humble human being, and just wanted the best out of everybody that he has associated with. It doesn't matter where he's coming from, the grandkids, doesn't matter.
I want to share something I shared again before. I had a club named Exhale Restaurant and Nightclub. It was a restaurant and nightclub upscale for mature people and everything. When Express playing And when we had scheduled playing, it had like a slow season that much people didn't come. So when they look around, they already had the instrument inside, they unpack and they left and let the DJ play. And they didn't charge me because he said she ain't gonna make it.
Right.
Today is slow.
Right.
So that's what they did when they see on a slow night. And they didn't do it all the time, but they do it for me because they know they were my special band.
We understand
but
the business.
when Express jamming and things was good, we had it pumping and going. So that's the special thing about your father.
Yes.
He wasn't all about money.
No,
he's a special person.
It's not that you can't cause everything. Afterwards, you know, you might chat with somebody and you know that they make no money, but you figure, well, you know, you might have a days that we gonna make money.
Yes.
You know, and
then being blind, they could see when money coming in. You can't tell them, oh, you know, it's slow. You see the money coming in. You see people coming in. You see them buying drinks.
Right.
So you know you're gonna get paid. So that's the special thing about Big Al. And I'm gonna have you come on. I'm dedicating the main studio where we at in his honor because I was the last person to interview your father before he got sick. So I'm gonna have you come on to put up the dedication on the wall.
Not a problem.
So
I definitely will be here for that.
That wall straight ahead, I'll be able to see him and remember him and you with him too.
That will be the blessing. That's it. I always look at that picture. That picture is a very that is a very, very good picture. I don't think we have any pictures with me and him other than like that in that element like that. That's very, very good. Very humbling.
So
picture.
that's where, and again I want to thank you for taking time to come and share this moment. This is a special moment. This is a special episode with you and I together.
I appreciate it. Anything that having to talk about my father, I gonna be good.
And we're gonna be here. And I interviewed him in the studio, and you were telling me that when you're in the studio in the backyard, you felt like he was there.
Was watching me? I mean,
yes.
Telling me, I could hear him now, telling me, nah, you're going too far. You're going too far. Pull it back a little bit.
Keep you grounded being in the studio.
Even now, like I said, even with my production now, I always could hear him telling me. So it kind of, because sometimes, you know, as a producer, you end up going too far. You understand? And that's me. I like to go too far and then go back and take it
when
back.
You said too far, what do you mean?
I mean, just overdo it. Just don't let me feel like I'm done. Just keep going and keep going and keep going. And then when I finish in the creative pattern, I let it sit down for a while, and then I go back and I listen to it. I say, okay, I could take this out, I could make this a little better, I could do that. But when I'm ready, when I'm in the creative move, I don't stop. I just keep going. No,
I want to ask you, you know, you have we talk about all what you've been doing and keeping the family front together, but as a musician, what do you recommend for these young people that are coming into the business? What's your advice to them?
I think the most important thing, right now we're in a different time. So music has changed so drastically than what it is I know it to be. So the one thing that I have learned for myself is that you have to be yourself. And people have to be able to identify who you are. Because I could be good, but if you can't identify me from everybody else, then that's what we won't be, you know. So a lot of the younger guys came up in an era where they don't understand where a lot of the instrumentation comes from. You know, I grew up from the drum machine, so the drum machine has no samples. So I had to go and borrow somebody's keyboard and sample. I might sample two things. I might sample just a tom and a snare from this keyboard, and I go get another keyboard and I go sample a hi-hat or a marimba from the other keyboard. So that's what made me my unique sound. So these same sounds that I'm talking about that was created maybe 25 years ago, we still using these same exact sounds now. And not even here, up all the way down to St. Martin, down to St. Kitts, down to Anguilla. So these are stuff that I created, so there's the identity. So you have to make sure that whatever it is that you do is identifiable to you.
Yes.
Not to me, not to anybody else. It has to be identifiable for you. People will know, like Junior is a perfect example. He does the same thing I do. He uses the same songs, but he has a different aggression. He's actually a drummer. So his approach to drum machine is completely different than mine. But he already has his identity. I have mine and he already has his. So that's the beauty of it.
I want to have Junior and Kanye come on
that would be
sometime
great.
soon.
That would be great.
To encourage the young, we're hearing from you and there's younger people out there, but when they hear directly from the horse's mouth, it probably will reach
Yes.
Resignate.
And like I said, they could just listen to me. I mean, I try my best to open up to talk to, especially the younger people.
Yes.
I believe in them. And when I was growing up, I had my grandmother, right? So I had, not that I had to, but I listened to all the stories.
Gainel, I know Gainel.
All the stories from everything. So I took that in. So I'm a better man today because I listened to those stories. I think with my generation, we have to do a better job of presenting them stories to the younger people. So at some point, they finding their own way to do things with the KSP without knowing what it is our elders went through to get to that point. So they creating their own lane. So at some point we have to have more of those conversations.
Yes.
You know, even for
Definitely.
you, how you used to go to school, who you used to go to school with, how I used to interact with each other. That's completely different than what it is now.
And you won't believe it. All the guys that we went to school with, they had to have a good report card to come and hang around them. They would be hanging in front of the library and the hallway, and they're talking politics at that age. When we come and stand up and listen, what are you doing here? Let me see a report card. We want a dumpsy bat. We want a dumpsy bat hanging around. We had to show them people like Cisco and Doc Peterson for the agriculture. He would tell people I'm his classmate, but because I used to hang with older people, I wasn't in his class. I was wanted to hear what they had to talk about, but I had to show my report card.
Yes, I love experiences.
That's how it was to hang with them. So no, we don't get me wrong. We used to party, but you couldn't come hang with them unless you're doing good in school. So this is what we need. We need some good role model in school instead of you having to be some ruffian and even the things that are going on in school we never heard of.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie, I had a good friend that died of hepatitis because he was shooting up. But not that it didn't happen back then, but that scared me to the point that I know that in the direction I wanted to go in, but it was happening.
Right.
People were shooting drugs, people were doing this and that, but we had people that pull us back and who keep us grounded. So
I always got to have this conversation.
Exactly.
Always.
So then again, I became a police officer, and I love the job, and that's why going back to knowing what somebody asked me what we could do to stop these crimes. The whole thing is we have to be vigilant of what's around us, and we have to pay attention to the surroundings and the element, and be trusting. For the police have to have surveillance and have that trust in the community, have to trust them and know that they're there to protect them. So we have to weed out some of the good, some of the bad, but we have some good young officers out there that are trying, and we have to give them that chance to do their best to protect us. They getting paid to protect us, but then if we're protecting them and we're roughing them up, how you expect them to do a job?
Right.
They respect the self and the uniform, and they respect the community.
Right.
That's how we're going to work.
And I have no respect for them because that is a hard job. That's a job I don't want. That's not for me. You know?
It's even harder now. I could say that because the criminal back then and the criminal now are good. Sorry to say, we had good criminal back then.
Sorry?
They respect you. They say, officer. So now these criminals, they're ready to challenge you and fire shot at you and stuff like that. So again, thanks again. Thank you for watching, and tune in to log on to my website, no82tv.com, and you'll hear about my program. I didn't get into what the program is all about because I'm more focused on Aljo. But remember, no82tv.com, and you learn about what our program is all about.
New Attitude Television Show, Inc. is a registered nonprofit organization in the U.S. Virgin Islands with a mission to provide aid and support for registered clients experiencing life challenges during a medical crisis and the recovery process. We are in the process of acquiring our 501c3 status. Our facility provides a safe and comfortable environment with a variety of activities to keep our clients stimulated and engaged. Registered clients, caregivers, family, and business owners will receive first preference from our available services at our facility. To schedule an appointment, call 340-773-6464 or 340-643-1583. Proof of COVID vaccination mandatory. Log on to newattitudetv.com for more details.
Welcome everyone. I'm Anastasia Rivers and you're watching New Attitude. My co-host Adansky Henry is on vacation, but he'll be back soon. And our guest today is Bengoa, Edgar Bengoa. Everybody knows Edgar Bengoa. And from Edgar Bengoa, A Condition. Yeah. And also he was the president for the Chamber of Commerce for a short time. And Bengoa agreed to be the treasurer for New Attitude Board of Directors, and I appreciate you agreeing to take that position. When I was in the Chamber of Commerce and the board, and Edgar stepped down, I keep telling him, Edgar, I miss you so much. So at least I have you on a different angle and a different perspective that you will help us to move in a better direction with your guidance. So, and as Edgar is a do-it, a go-getter and a doer. So for those of you who don't know Edgar, tell the audience about yourself.
Well, good day everyone. My name is Edgar Bengoa. I've been living on the Ellen St. Croix since 1993. And as Anastasia says, I was the brief president for the St. Croix Chamber of Commerce, and brief for the reason that I ran for public office. But I've served in every position except for secretary of the Chamber of Commerce. Was a treasurer for many years, and then I was a vice president for quite a bit of time, yeah. So it was my honor and my pleasure to, help you out. I know, because I was actually pinching you to come with me and help me on the chamber. And then literally... And
once I find out you was there, that is why I joined the board.
Correct.
Because I joined as a member, but after, for years past, I pulled out. And after I heard that you were on there, I said, I could work with that. Yeah. As people that can do work and really make a difference in the community. Not putting on anybody else, but I know what you were all about. So I was glad to come on and even more happy to be on the board.
Yeah, if I served my full term, there was going to be a lot more changes, and bring the chamber back up to where it was, as far as membership, getting people involved, getting the chamber involved in more community stuff, and it was. I wish I had stayed there.
Yeah, well, you could offer yourself in different ways by helping the community the way how you do in the different aspect and activities. So you don't really have to be on the board, but
correct.
And to contribute the way how you were. That's because whatever you did, unselfishly. I could tell your heart was in it. So if something need to be done, I got you. I got it.
Yeah.
That's how you are. And that is the energy I need on the board of director for New Attitude. So with that said, we could help more people in the community. We almost finished totally with the 501c3. My CPA, he completed the application, and in the next few months, I should get the number, and we get going to get fund to help the program going. I share with you my website, newattitudetv.com, so you could see what the program is all about. And right now we're in this nice cool place that Edgar installed the AC and it's kicking really good.
Oh yeah.
In no time, so at least we're in a nice cool place for our people our clients, a registered client and caregivers to come in and relax and get the help that we provide. Once you log on to the website, you'll hear more, you'll read more about what the program is all about. So Edgar, some more.
And just walking in, I already see the barber chairs outside. So I know you were telling me before you're gonna have, doing some, what do you call it again, styling.
You're gonna get
stuff,
hair wash and set for free.
Yeah.
But it's not for free really, because you have to register. Once you register, those funds will go into maintaining what we need. We're gonna have skincare with Melody Rames. She's She
Oh, I love Melody. Yeah.
Oh, she's my schoolmate.
Is she? Yeah.
Yes, she's going to be our public relation consultant.
Good.
So we went to school together. I was in a higher grade, but that's what Melly's going to do. But she's going to donate her time to teach about skincare and makeup application.
I might take that course from her.
Give the wifey a little treat.
Exactly, yeah.
And then we got some barbers that agreed to cut hair, and not only cut the hair, wash and set. Set the men. Wash the hair, and so they have a special day that's set aside, but they have to make appointment because we can't have everybody strolling in.
Strolling, right, correct.
You're gonna be back up, and they are volunteering their time, so I can't overdo. So I really appreciate that. So this is just a part of the therapy session for the clients that come in here. At least even the caregivers that have to go through a hard time to help the clients, they need a little relaxation too. So we have pool. You see the pool table.
I'm going to bring that up. I saw the pool table is right there. The domino table is there. So
I know you like to play domino too.
Yeah.
So you could welcome. And we're trying to get chess involved. I got in touch with someone that had some young people that was participating in a chess competition. That even had celebrities that was here at a business. And winners around the world that was here.
That was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a hold of him to get some, even though the register had to be 18 years or older, we have young people around that. When the older people not feeling well, the young people
can bring them up, the spirit up,
pump the blood and make them feel young, make them feel good, and they could teach and they could share different things. So tell us what you've been doing other than your recreation.
Well, as you know, I love to play golf.
Yes.
And every Friday afternoon, I try to quit work at 12, have some lunch. Me and the boys will meet up. We play 18 holes. One of my other recreations is boating and fishing.
Fishing.
Yeah, love fishing. Once the sea is not too bad.
Yes. And that's a relaxing thing.
Oh my God, yeah, it is.
Being by the sea, let me tell you, that is so soothing. You know, you watch the waves. That's the same way your body relaxes that wave, like it massages your whole soul. You know, and going back into the water, I understand your son is swimming. He's competing.
Swimming, yes.
So a future Olympian, I'm saying.
Let's keep my fingers crossed.
How do you pronounce his name? I want to say it right.
Ezel.
Ezel.
Yeah. If not an Olympian, at least hopefully get a scholarship.
A scholarship.
Yeah, because
don't go too big with, you know.
But well, you remember you were there for my wife and stuff. You did
the first.
Yeah.
A matter of
you actually did the bachelorette party. Yeah.
We met
in
same
Guadeloupe.
in Guadeloupe.
Yes.
Because my other half is shoot pool with you.
Yeah.
And
we represent St. Croix. Yeah.
We traveled different islands to represent St. Croix, and you came along, and we met around the same time. I didn't introduce you all, but you all met on the Spark flight.
Right.
And that's how you met. And Ezel and your daughter was conceived from that. But things happen.
Oh yeah.
But at least you are raising the kids, and I commend you. You're raising your daughter and your son, and with your wonderful wife and her kids.
And her kids, yeah.
So that's a good thing. So it's like one family affair.
Oh yeah.
And matter of fact, she was on the board and the chamber board.
And the chamber boards also, yeah. Yeah.
So with you being here, it's really special for me because I know you're gonna tell me, Stacy, do this and do that. You're gonna guide me in the right direction.
Guide you in the right direction, yeah, as best as I can. Yeah.
So this is it. So I have 3 pastors on board that pray with us and counsel us, and with the spiritual guidance and the knowledge you have, I say, not because it's my program, no attitude is heading in the right direction to help people in the community. Someone asked me, how much is other organization providing a service? I said, it doesn't matter how much other organization. We have a lot of people that need help, and I'm willing to help by providing the service that they need for life challenging experience
Yes.
for having a medical crisis. And I'm also myself, even though I had the support of my family, it's always a little extra help. You never know, because they need a break.
Correct.
Let me tell you, my other half, like he when I was sick, couldn't do for myself. He was still working, even though he retired. He worked in Lime Tree. He cook, make sure everything is there for me to warm it up and have it there for. And he called me, "You eat already?" and that kind of stuff. So he didn't have no time for himself. So that's why I come up with the idea to get caregivers to have that time for themselves.
Yeah.
You know, I tell him, "Why you don't go to the club and shoot some pool?" That's Magician Sports Club, which he's a member of. And so this in itself is to understand what caregivers are going through and the challenging even though they're not sick, they feel our pain and they worry for us, so they need a little time to themselves.
A little time to de-stress.
Exactly.
Yes, that's...
So, and this is my de-stress, because planning this program and having people come here gonna be my de-stress. I don't have to think about I'm sick or what's going on with me. In the beginning, I be counting what was going on with in my head. I told my doctor, I said, I be counting how much years I got to live. And you know, that wasn't a good thing. I have to think about how I should be happy to be here on this earth and what I could do to contribute.
Exactly.
So that's what I did. This is what New Attitude is all about. I take a new attitude about life. You know, and that's what's all about. And I got a nice young man that stayed behind this camera, that's very supportive. He don't like to come in front of the camera. All Morris, I can mention your name? Okay, All Morris. and he's fantastic. He comes here and making sure that we set up all and get things together. And he said, "Stacey, we got this. I'm gonna make it happen." And I thank you, Earl, on the bottom of my heart. And I thank you all for watching. To make it happen, tune in to newattitudetelevision.com. And if you're willing to be a sponsor or donate, whatever you can, any little bit could help. You don't have to be money. It could be a farmer's, your business or what, like if you have a grocery store, if whatever, you could donate. If you have a beauty supply place that you could donate, and I'll appreciate it. And that's how we will do it, working together in a community. And we will also be partnering with businesses, business, government, and non-profit organization that we could work together. Because we can't, everybody have this thing is me.
Right.
It's us.
It's us.
It's us. It's a community event, a community thing that we go help each other. So I'm glad you're a part of this organization to help the community.
And I'm happy and honored to be here.
And he gave me a discount.
Of course.
To do the AC.
No. Like I say, it's for a good cause.
Yes.
And for New Attitude, and we're going to be here.
I can't expect it to be free, because he had to pay the men to install.
Yeah, and the materials,
but the discount, I think, is from what he would have made for himself. So I appreciate that. So thanks again, Gengoa.
You're welcome.
You have anything else you want to say?
No, like I say, it's an honor and a pleasure to be on your board, and hopefully I will guide you in the right direction. We can make the right decisions and make this, enjoyable for everyone.
Yes, and I again thank you for watching New Attitude, and see you next week.
New Attitude Television Show, Inc. is a registered nonprofit organization in the U.S. Virgin Islands with a mission to provide aid and support for registered clients experiencing life challenges during a medical crisis and the recovery process. We are in the process of acquiring our 501c3 status. Our facility provides a safe and comfortable environment with a variety of activities to keep our clients stimulated and engaged. Registered clients, caregivers, family, and business owners will receive first preference from our available services at our facility. To schedule an appointment, call 340-773-6464 or 340 643-1583. Proof of COVID vaccination mandatory. Log on to newattitudetv.com for more details.